There's nowhere else on the internet you can go and spend $49 and sit for an entire month learning from 18 millionaires how to make money. There's nowhere else on the planet. It's the only place. So we have no competition. So we're about to conquer the world. We're about to conquer the world, and that's a good.
Money is everything else. That's everything else is money. If you're not obsessed with money, then you're not obsessed with freedom. That's what money is. Money buys you freedom. Where am I? You don't need to know. All the time I wake up, I want to go here, back, I'm going to go. It's not, oh, I can't go because I just go. I do what I like. If you are rich, you are free. And you are free to eat what you want, sleep where you want, drive the car you want, go to the places you want to go. It is freedom. If you are not rich, you are a slave. If you're watching this and saying, oh, well, I disagree. You're a slave. You may not feel like a slave, but you are a slave. You go and you do something you don't want to do in return for some money, and it's barely enough for you to have a house and eat. And that's all the slaves got. Somewhere to sleep and something to eat. You are a slave.
I believe in, if you want to win, you have to outcompete the man who's prepared to do nothing but work. It's player versus player. If you're going to sit there and go, I don't want to work more than an hour a day, well, the guy who does want to work more than an hour a day is going to beat you. And no matter how smart you are, there's always a smart dude who's doing the same smart work you are for more hours than you're doing it. That's just the nature of the game.
England would need a revolution today to try and undo the bad work, and it's nowhere near coming. We don't have a single politician who's anywhere even 1% right wing. Every single politician's fully left.
We need like a modern day Churchill, you're saying?
Yeah, you need something crazy.
You're watching this and you're depressed, go to the gym tomorrow morning. And I guarantee you, if you're, no matter how depressed you are, if you're considering suicide, promise me this, get a 6-pack first. And by the time you got the 6-pack, you won't want to do it anymore. That's how it works. This is why not enough men are motivated enough. And this is why I have to keep moving. This is why you talked about earlier, is it ever enough? I can never be depressed if I never slow down. Speed is extremely important. Speed defies gravity. How does a plane fly through the air and defy gravity? Speed. It's moving too fast to fall. If you're always attacking life, if you're always doing things, if you're always making more money, if you're always traveling the world doing this, doing that, new car, here, there, new podcast, meeting James English, boom, boom, boom. If you're always doing things all the time, unhappiness can't catch you.
You need to genuinely analyze your brain, defrag every single opinion you strongly have and identify where it came from and if that person has your best interest at heart. And what they're trying to do, especially with young men, is program them, because we're all empty vessels. And what you have to do as an adult, as a parent, is to program your child stronger than all of society. It's not an easy job, because all of society, from the YouTube videos to the TV shows to the school, every single thing is trying to program them in one direction. You have to combat that, and that's not an easy job. And if you just sit there and get lazy about it, we're all programmed. I think follow your passion is also a terrible piece of advice.
Yeah?
Yeah. People say, hey man, you need to find what you're passionate about and do that. And what they're trying to say is only do what you like, because you have no motivation to do anything else. And motivation in and of itself is a scam. I don't believe in motivation. I believe in discipline. I am not motivated to do the things I'm supposed to do every day. I don't wake up full of like joy that I have to go to the gym or that I have to work or got to deal with crap. I don't feel motivated to do them. I'm disciplined. I do them regardless of how I feel. Whether I'm in the mood to do it or I'm not in the mood to do it, it gets done. That's discipline. Discipline's a real thing. Motivation is fleeting.
Yeah.
You're never going to be permanently motivated.
I kind of accidentally got thrown into this whole red pill girl pickup space, and I don't really think I'm there so much. I really try and focus on masculine excellence. Like, there's only so much game you can learn if you're clearly a fucking dork. Right?
Yeah, right.
When a nerd comes to me and goes, I'm a total nerd, I want to learn game. I'm like, bro, you need to learn more than game.
How do you help that guy?
But he already knows the answers. How you help him is to tell him the truth, because he already knows what he needs to do. He's just not doing it.
So what does he have to
Right.
do? Just make a ton of money and...
It's not even about money.
He's got to grow a backbone to begin with.
And you can do that if you improve your physicality. You usually improve your mentality along with it. And men are expected to be wise and interesting. He needs stories. You're not going to have stories unless you're taking risks. So you need to get some balls and live a life. I told him, man, go get on the train in Portugal and ride it for 3 weeks all the way to Singapore and think about what a punk you are. At least you'll end it with some stories. You're a man with any level of testosterone level, and you've been witnessing what's been happening in the world in the last 2 years. I struggle to sleep at night. Literally, what's happening is crazy. I'm an individual with $50 million who can hide and disappear. If I was Joe Schmo, I'd be scared. You're out here, they're lying to you about the inflation rate. Where's your panic? People are not panicking. They lack perspicacity, and they're not paying attention to anything. You think in 10 years from now, things are gonna be better? Mind? You need to prepare for this. You need a global network, you need a secret society, you need places you can hide, you need money, and you need the ability to bounce. That's what you need. You need to be a man worthy of respect, because a woman needs to respect you to love you. And the way a woman's going to respect you is, one, of you respect yourself, and two, of other men respect you. You're not just going to be able to sit around and just think, just because you're born with your you're going to instantly get respect from females who have unlimited choice. That's stupid. In spite of all these facts, some men are still remarkably lazy. Well, then you're going to live the reality that you've painted. You made your bed and you're going to live in it.
If you're sitting here and you want to make money and you don't listen to a millionaire for $50, you're literally an idiot. You'll go to school. People will go to school and spend $100,000 to listen to a professor about business, and that professor has no business. So when a millionaire says, "I'm going to teach you how to make money for $50," and you don't bother to click yes, okay, you deserve the slavery which will be bestowed upon you. You deserve to be poor. You deserve it.
The truth is this. So I knew it was coming. I absolutely knew it was coming because of how orchestrated it was. The only thing, and I'll state this at the beginning, the only reason I'm upset by being canceled is because I've expired one of my lives. Because first you get canceled, then they make up a reason to put you in jail, and if that fails, they kill you. So now I'm down to my last 2 lives, which is also why while I'm answering this question, I'm still being careful how I'm answering it. Because they've given me the warning, and I'm still running my mouth. It's scary.
When you have a monopoly over anything, you believe that your monopoly will last forever. Everyone always has. The Roman Empire did, the Third Reich, social media companies. When you have a monopoly, we're smarter than all the other control mechanisms and monopolies. We're never going anywhere. We're too smart. And the funny thing about monopolies and tyranny is that you have to use force. And force is something I understand very, very well. Force is a very, very powerful tool until it's overused. Let's use the Romanian example, just because I live in Romania. It's the only reason I'm going to use it. There's a riot, there's a protest, you send the army. Get rid of it. Riot, protest, send the army, get rid of it. Riot, protest, send the army, try and get rid of it. They won't leave. Open fire on protesters. Too much. Then you end up ousted. There comes a point where you can use force, but once it's overused and people don't believe in your fairness, people don't believe in the fact that you're non-biased and you're still using force, there is a mass uprising.